Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Blogger Breakthrough Summit podcast, where I share snippets from the annual Blogger Breakthrough Summit. I'm your host, Liz Stapleton, and last week you got to learn about Asana from Carrie Wolf, but if Asana didn't sound quite right for you, then this episode from Krystianna's session might be the answer. Today we're going to make your life a whole lot easier by showing you how to customize your blog post database in Notion. Got your coffee ready? Let's jump right in.
So the first thing to do is if you decide that for each of your posts, you do want all of this information, but maybe you don't want all of it showing, what you'll do is click this little button with these three dots, and then you'll hit properties, and you'll be greeted with a little list that looks like this. And you'll see all these little eyeballs, and essentially all you have to do is click on one if you don't want it to show in this actual database anymore. So let's say maybe you no longer want to have the category here, you can just go ahead and hide it. And the cool thing is, if you've just hidden it in the table, if you come over here and actually open up that specific blog post, you'll still be able to see the category in here. So really all you're going to customize right now is everything at a bird's eye view. If you decide you want to add something back in, you can just turn that back on and you can actually drag it up to wherever you would like it. Alternatively, if you decide there are any that you like 100% know you don't want at all, this is also where you can go ahead and delete them. So you can come in here and just right click and hit delete property and it will fully delete itself. So next, you are going to want to go ahead and customize your post templates. And this is where you will actually add in all of those different categories and all of those different elements that we talked about back in step 4. So some things you can update during this time is your post categories and your affiliate programs, as well as any statuses if you need them. So just to kind of briefly go over it, when it comes to post categories for me on my database, what I like to do is make them location based. So I blog mostly about the United States. So what I'll do is I'll make different categories for each of the different states. And then if I do ever do anything on another country, I will have a country category. You can also just easily match these up to the same categories you use on your own blog, if that helps. For affiliate programs, I actually go through and add all of the different affiliate programs that I use, which I'll show you in the next slide. And then for statuses, I actually use statuses in order to kind of track if I've updated a post or not, because I try to update my posts every 6 months. So here is what one of my post templates actually looks like with a post that I've added into my own personal Notion database, so you can actually see it in action. So you'll see up here, we have the post category, and this is again where I would just put the location. For affiliates, again, like I mentioned, I'll go through and add all the different affiliate programs I'm in. And if I know that it's through a certain place like travel payouts, I'll kind of write an abbreviated version. So this is like travel payout to discover cars. And I have it set to so that I can multi-select. So if there is, multiple affiliates in a post, I can go through and check them all off. And then same with post category if I ever have to. For keyword, this is pretty basic, just where I write the keyword out. I do have a pins one right now because I was recently going through and making sure that all my posts have new pins directly in the post. So I added a checkbox just so I could track that. Then I also have this ranking one because I recently also went through and was tracking all my rankings with all of the updates that have been going on. And that's just so, again, I can kind of track how rankings are doing. For status, this is how I keep track of if I've updated a post or not. So I have statuses for not started, in progress, and updated. And then URL is pretty self-explanatory. This is just where I go ahead and put the URL in for the blog post, just in case I ever really easily need to grab it. So now I'm going to briefly go over how to add those in Notion into your templates. Okay, so now we are back in Notion, and what you'll want to do this time is actually click on this little blue arrow, and you'll see a option that says post template. And what you want to do is hit these 3 dots and click edit. And basically what this is doing is editing a template in the database. So now anytime you go to add a new one, you will actually get greeted with a card that looks like this. It'll have everything that you're adding directly into that template for you to fill out.
And that's it. Customizing your blog post database in Notion is like setting up your personal command center. You've got everything you need exactly where you need it. So go ahead, give it a try, and watch your blogging workflow transform. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks to make your blogging journey smoother and more fun. Until next time, happy blogging.